Welcome to the Business Spotlight series. My name is Kay Cote, and I'm your podcast host here at Action Coach in Central Texas. And today I have Dor Korngold, CEO of Mod Bikes, with me on the show. Today we're going to be talking with him about his business, journey to business ownership, challenges, best practices, and a sneak peek to what it's really like to own and operate a business. If this is your first time on our channel, be sure to like and subscribe to get episodes like this in your inbox when they drop. Welcome, Dor. It's nice to meet you. I'd love to learn a little bit about you and your business.
Hey, how are you today?
Doing really well. How about you?
Very good, thank you.
Good, good. Well, yes. Feel free. Tell us a little brief about your bike company and kind of your mission.
Yeah, so we're Mod Bikes. We're an electric bike brand. We design and manufacture our bikes. We make we design electric bikes with practical features for the everyday rider. So we're really kind of like designing bikes for regular people, not for like any like professional riders or anything like that. So we have a very wide spectrum of customers, and yeah, we're known as a here locally in Austin, but most of our business is online, and we have like our B2B department. We're working a lot with different businesses to provide solutions with our bikes. And we're now actually starting also a side gig for the company. We're working on charging stations for electric bikes, which is a very exciting project that slowly is coming into life.
I love that because when I had my e-bike, the worst thing is when that battery went low and you're riding around. So I think that's a really cool concept. And when are you going to be? Do you have any dates on when you're looking at rolling that out?
No, it's kind of like a like a side hustle. So it's moving slow. Like it's already like we already have a prototype and we're ready for manufacturing. We're actually looking for partners to to have kind of like our first um, like prototype installed and to just collect some data from that and see how that works. So that's kind of like where we're at the moment.
Oh, very cool. Very fun. Well, I'm really excited to see that roll out. And so
Yeah.
you're the CEO. So tell us a little bit about your role. I know the role of a CEO can be many things. So what's the day-to-day look like for you?
Yeah, I'm like the janitor. I just do whatever, whatever's needed. My day to day, yeah, we're a small company. We're about like 12 to 15 employees. So there's a lot of, it's also like a very new industry. So you can't find a lot of people that have like experience in the e-bike market and that like understand it. And you can find engineers, you can find salespeople, you can find like marketing people, but no one has that specialty on the e-bike world. So a lot of what I do, I think, is kind of like helping everyone with my e-bike knowledge. But I'm like running all the marketing manager for the company, and I help our like operation and sales a lot with building some of their like processes. So I do a little bit of everything, but like I really know every single bolt and email and text and PO that is like coming out. So I do know everything kind of like from the inside out, which can be exhausting, but that's I think also a lot of business owners, that's the reality of a lot of like small businesses.
Oh, very much. It's like you wear so many of the different hats of the
Yeah,
business.
yeah, but
So
thankfully we have a very good team that they're mainly taking the lead on on a lot of the day to day stuff. So yeah, and that's fun. I love that when they keep me out. I'm getting angry. I want to be involved.
Oh, I know that world.
Yeah.
So kind of diving into what makes your business unique as an e-bike company, you mentioned a little bit you're kind of for the everyday rider. How would I know if I was a great client for your services and your products?
Uh, you are the everyday rider. As I said, like all of our bikes are like design. We have a lot of different designs that all works on the same kind of like concept of like useful features, and it really like fits like everyone that are looking for just like the everyday ride. Um, so like one thing is the product itself. So we have a lot of different frames and designs. So the kind of like the design of the bikes plays a big part in our brand. But um all of the features that we offer on the bikes and the accessories that we design as well, that's what I think 50% of the product itself. But in the same time also, like the customer service, the experience, buying an electric bike, it's not like buying a TV. It's not like you buy it and like, that's it. You just walk into the store, you pick the one with the best features and the best price, and you bought it, and that's it. A bike is like an ongoing relationship that can last for, 3, 4, 5, 6 years. We now just like hit our sixth year, and we still have like the original customers that bought a bike like 6 years ago coming to trade in their bikes now. So it's like an ongoing relationship. Doesn't matter if you're in Austin or outside of Austin. So the service part that we offer is one of our like strongest sides of the business, and like customers do appreciate that, because you need something. You have a question, you need a part, you need an accessory, you want to do a trade-in, whatever that is. So that relationship, like worth, it's a big thing when buying an electric bike. So yeah, I think that it's a combination of like a few things. All of the bikes that everything that we do, like I do it for myself. So this is like how I like it, and I like that my bike can do like are simple to operate, and I like to have like functional features like suspension in the front and in the back, that they're comfortable, that they look good, that you can snap on accessories on and off, that um, you have integrated lights, and that there's no like vibrations from like annoying things, that everything is positioned correctly and easy to operate. um, so it's like all of those bikes I built for myself, and I like also to work with businesses that have like great service. So um, yeah.
Sounds like a really fun product. I'm already like, I really want to check your stuff out because I'm in the market for, easy transportation. And that's like really innovative. I think the e-bikes are a very innovative way to get around. They give you the luxury of kind of being a little bit faster than an average bike, or, and then also the ability to like, you can kind of coast a little bit. You don't have to be like rigorously riding. So I think it's a really cool product.
Yeah.
It leads me to like some, thoughts on marketing. I love to hear how business owners are working on the marketing of their products. And so I like to just kind of pick your brain on that. So what would you say, is there like a percentage of monthly sales that you put towards your marketing? Do you have a marketing budget, or how do you structure that side of things?
Yeah, we're working with like budgets, and we have like a yearly budget for marketing, and then we're kind of like allocating for each month a specific budget according to our projected sales. And then from there, we're always trying to increase the marketing budget as much as possible to, kind of like keep the growth um, going, and, trying like new things. But that's definitely one of our like biggest expenses, on both the actual like marketing spend, and also in addition to the all the marketing um, department employees.
Mhm. And what are some of your marketing pursuits that you've seen the most benefit from, like social media, perhaps, or where are you kind of finding your
Mhm.
growth?
Yeah, to be honest with marketing, as much as we have some like numbers, it's always like so difficult and so complicated these days to kind of like understand the customer journey and what like each part in the journey, kind of like what it plays in the in the overall result of someone purchasing a bike. But we definitely see a lot of success with like Facebook ads and more kind of like that like middle of funnel where people can learn a little bit more and kind of like get a feel more for the brand with looking at some of the videos or kind of like seeing me. I'm also in a lot of those like videos, kind of like giving my personal like feel to the brand, because that's that's what we're trying to communicate.
Hmm.
So yeah, like the Facebook ads, like Meta, that's I think like our kind of like number one. And on top of that, so there's like influencers and different like
Hmm.
partners that we work with on that. Um, but I think it's just this is where just we kind of like see the numbers, maybe where we can track the numbers a little bit better. But the whole thing must work cohesively. So like email marketing and the social media, like people when they're buying such an expensive product, it takes them more than just like a single ad to to convert. Um, so we definitely did a good job with kind of like building all of that and constantly maintaining and innovating in the whole like marketing space with the full funnel.
Hmm. Are you, would you say, kind of the face? Because I know you're the CEO, but you're the really the face behind the brand as well.
Yeah. I'm trying to as much as I can. I think that it's important. I think a lot of the competition that we have today. So we see a lot of like Chinese brands or a lot of like other brands that are trying to to tempt the customers with like a lower price or like something like that, but the brand doesn't actually have that personality. Does not like
Hmm.
that, like that person that will take care of you, that does not exist there. Those are like they're in there for the money and like
Hmm.
I don't know how to say it exactly, but that's the but having a brand with a face and like having someone on the phone that like answers the phone and tell you his name and he's your point of contact moving forward. It's a special thing that you don't see a lot today, and we get a lot of that feedback from customers
Hmm.
wherever they are around the world. Like we're selling also internationally, so people really appreciate that. So we're trying to bring that into the marketing as well, as much as as much as we can. um, we started we started at a small shop here in South First Austin, and like we built ourselves from there, and like the experience that we created over there was what made all the people kind of like come back, and the word of mouth. Um, so um, so we when we kind of like started to expand online, we try to replicate that in-store experience as much as possible. So that's why that is important. We also have like things like virtual demo, for example, so you can hop on a call with one of our salespeople and like a video call, go get a full kind of like walkthrough of the bike, and ask all the questions and see, how people fit on it, and even like go for a ride with them. So we're really trying as much as possible to, to create that kind of like family feel.
Yeah, it's like the kind of that you're creating that community and using the brand story, the storytelling to kind of enhance the marketing, which is, I think, the trend I'm seeing in the marketing place too. So that's really awesome that you're doing that.
Mhm.
When you're kind of working on tracking your leads, your customers, your clients, do you have a CRM that you use or that you prefer?
We have a CRM. It's like very difficult to like we're kind of like tracking each channel individually or maybe in combination with another like channel or two. There's a lot of companies that like have the ability to track kind of like the full journey of the customer, but since our business is online and offline, a lot of those like no one yet figured out that piece to track both like online and offline sales. So we don't have anything like I don't have anything like to recommend, but we are working with like a CRM and like we're tracking kind of like each platform individually.
Oh, that's very cool too. Well, thanks for answering those marketing questions. I really want to deep dive into you and kind of why you wanted to start the business. And so, my first question is, why did you go into business for yourself as opposed to working for someone else? And what was that transition like for you?
Uh, yeah, I guess that I guess my first business was when I was like 11 or 12.
I love it.
I was like a DJ, and my parents used to like drive me to like other like kids birthday parties, and I'll have my equipment and I'll take it like I'm from Israel originally. Like I grew up in Israel. I moved here like 6 years ago to start the business. In Israel, a lot of the older buildings are like 3, 4 stories high, and you have to like, and there was like no elevator, so we had to carry everything up the stairs to the wherever the birthday party was. And from there, like I was like I still am ish in this like space of like like DJing and parties and things like that. But that's how I started. I did a lot of that throughout the years. I had some small businesses doing like different services.
Mhm.
Um, I had kind of like I used to like build a lot of stuff from like metal and wood and like have different things like that. Just like hobbies, like things that I like to do. And I made like a small business out of that. Um, but I worked at the event industry for a long time. I was like a promoter. I did also like sound and light and stages and things like that. And it's a very just like the hours are like crazy. So it's like 18-hour shifts, and like a full week without getting any like rest, and
Uh-huh.
sometimes like a full week with no work. So at some point I just like that was like too much, and I was like, okay, I want a regular 9 to 5 job. And I got like an offer to work at a bike shop, and I was like, okay, that's weird, but that sounds good. Like I see the potential in bikes. Um, the US is a fairly kind of like late adopter. What was in a lot of stuff, but like mainly on the e-bike side. Like in Israel, e-bikes were booming way before it got here. So I did saw the potential, and that's kind of like how I got to the like bike industry. Um, and as I was working there for that bike shop, I started to like pick up some of the parts that motors and wheels and stuff. And I built for myself. I built a few bikes in my own kind of like workshop to commute back and forth to work. And um, that kind of like started the whole, let's start like a bike brand. So from there, basically, like I met one of my partners, which said like, "Hey, let's do it in America. There's no electric bikes there," and that kind of like triggered the idea. And I took the initiative and started from like zero. I had like no idea. It just looked like a fun thing to do, and it was just kind of when you're in high school and you and your friend are saying like, "Let's make a business and we'll make a lot of money," and like it's so easy. All you need to do is 1, 2, 3, and that's it. So that was how kind of like what I thought, but it was like a long journey. But I ended up like figuring things out, and here we are today.
Oh, that is a fun story. It sounds like a very energetic, um, always moving career path, which is super fun. Well, thanks for sharing your story. I would love to dive into some rapid fire questions, which are
Yeah,
just like think of top of mind answers. So, are you ready for some rapid fire?
not so much, but I'll do my best.
You'll do great. It's a lot of
Yeah.
fun. So, the first
Okay.
question is, what is the key to success for you?
You have to be very good at YouTubing and Googling. That's,
Truth. What
yeah,
is
yeah.
sorry, you can build a business on on Google. Is it Google
That's how
University?
I did it. I barely have I barely finished high school. I call myself a street engineer. That's
Yes, I love it.
yeah.
Um, what is one piece of advice you have for other business owners?
Don't give up. It takes a long time.
Solid advice. Uh,
Yeah.
what is one book or piece of content? It could be anything, a podcast, anything that you've taken in most recently.
I love to listen to How I Built This with Guy Raz. Yeah, I love those, like, to hear stories about the big companies and how they started. Always when I meet someone with a big company, I was like, "Okay, tell me about the first, like, 3 years." I love to learn, like, you never like the it's always it like I'm always it's like it's the best if you're the dumbest person in the room. That means that you have so much more to learn and from the other people that are with you in the room. So I'm always like curious, especially as a business owner. It's such a mystery of like you're by yourself. Usually you don't have people next to you that are in the same position as you, even if they're business owners. Like, it doesn't mean that they're in the same industry that they can necessarily give you an advice that will make sense.
Mm,
So I always love to listen to these podcasts, and there's a lot of inspiration there.
very
That was a
cool.
long answer.
That was a great answer. Our last question is if you had to choose only one area of your business you could immediately improve on tomorrow, what would it be?
um, Marketing.
That is a common one. Yes,
That's the
it
most
is.
important one. Yeah.
It's so important. Well, speaking of marketing, drop your handles. We'd love to connect our listeners to you. So feel free to share any contact info here.
Um, yeah, like my contact info.
Yeah, where can they find you online? The business, the bikes.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Cool. Yeah, of course. Mod-bikes.com. That's our website, and once you get there, you have all the rest of the information. And yeah, I would love people. You guys can go in, check it out, schedule a virtual demo, or if you're in the area, schedule like an actual like a test ride to try the bikes out. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, definitely excited to connect our audience with you. And Dor, we have one final question for the day for you. And this one you take as long as you want. Yeah, the final question of the day is what is most inspiring to you today?
What is the most inspiring? Um, so I actually met a couple days ago the owner of Buzzballs. You
Okay.
know that drink, the bowl,
I think I've heard of it. Yeah.
like a mixed cocktail.
Yeah.
So yeah, she's a woman that created this brand by herself. She was like a school teacher. And I talked to her for a little bit, and I was just like blown away. She like inspired me.
Awesome. Well, thank you for sharing that. And that's exactly our mission here is to share stories like yours too, to inspire. So thank you so much for being on the show today. It was a joy to chat with you.
You too. Thank you very much.